Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, James L. Seegers, coming to you live at 7:31 on Tuesday, September 16th, one day before my mom's death anniversary. There's a fun thing to start the thing off with. And speaking of deaths, let's get this out of the way real quick. Just want to say I'm not going to get political here, but Charlie Kirk, I mean, hey, man, I hope the best for your family. I actually enjoyed you. My son enjoyed you a lot. My son was actually one that told me about that horrific thing that's happening, or that happened, and yeah, man, we have a lot of different types of people in this league, especially, and a lot of people on both sides of the aisle, the way it should be, But I just want to say that hopefully no one in this league celebrated this man's death, because if they did, and I find out about it, I'm not going to kick you out because this is still America. But I mean, the point is, I think it should bring all of us closer to the humanity that we all need to listen to each other, possibly debate. The whole thing he did was debate. Yeah, man, it's really sad. I had a rough day that day, as the nation did. So before we go on here, I just want to start with this. We as a nation will survive. His words will live on forever, and we will thrive. We will get better. Hopefully look at each other better on the opposite aisle. Don't resort to violence. And remember, we are still one nation, and that nation is, of course, the USA. There we go. I think a good USA chant should get us all on the same page, because we're not all on the same page when it comes to the Muscle League, because literally multiple pages of teams with 10 teams. Look at all the laundry behind me. It's incredible. It's done, at least. So multiple pages, starting with the bottom 10, which is the bottom page, of course. I have this luckily colored into shit brown for the bottom 10. That's right. And starting with the bottom 10, we have the Nuts, which is, I believe, Jamie. I don't know which one's which. I cannot remember this. I believe it's Jamie. It might be Bracey's. I'm going to find out. God, we got multiple teams with Nuts in it, actually. Jamie Phelps. Bracey suck it, I think. That is correct. Nevertheless, 0-2, put up a paltry 113 points, which is, bad, but, I mean, not the worst, as you're about to find out. Unsportsmanlike begging, I believe, is Brian David. He has had a great career here, but not so much these days. Let's see. We got to get to where I can actually scroll down here. Next up, number 93, Death by 1,000 Punts. Erin Minturn continues her woes, 0-2. Her husband, on the other hand, on the opposite end of the spectrum. He might be on some kind of spectrum, and winning is definitely it. And Tallywhackers. Oh, my God. Josh Crampton. Where have the mighty have fallen? In the bottom 10, I think maybe for the first time ever. It's rough to see you there, buddy. I hope you're going to climb out of that, along with other things. I know you will. You will persevere, because we, as a nation, will persevere, as will Josh Crampton. He'll get out of that bottom 10. He'll get out of the slump. I have faith in you, sir. Next up, Jack Goff in the end zone. Larry Weinberg. This is what happens when you don't submit a lineup. You kind of suck. You're a regular owner, the old-time owner. I don't know why the hell you didn't submit a lineup, but it's really, really sad, and I hate to say it, but
you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
You're not really the weakest link, but you're disappointing me. Then there's this clown. Fucking, why? Why is this not working? Johnny Rockets. This guy, Gary Johnson, has put together as effective of a muscle team as he did a presidential campaign in 2016. The boy has been banned, ladies and gentlemen. And here's the problem. I preemptively found someone to take over this team, because I had a feeling this guy was going to no-show, just like he did in the presidential election, although he got at least one vote. I did vote for him. That is a true story. And 2 weeks in a row, motherfucker has never even logged into the website, according to what I can see. So his team has been stripped. It will be given to another owner. The owner actually put in a lineup, and they still lost, which didn't help matters any. So he is down there at 96. And then look at this. Lewis Diana Fantasy Football Team, 97th worst team in the nation. This is an abomination. I cannot believe he's down there. But just when you think it's bad enough that a former, the most decorated owner in history is number 97, you get another former champion, and you're in trouble, who is now 98th in the nation, has put up 100 points over 2 weeks, which, by the way, at least one person scored that this last week. So two back-to-back, or not back-to-back champions, but, well, back-to-back in this list anyway. The worst 2 of the 4 worst teams are former champions, which is crazy. You just never know what's going to happen in this league. And then the 99th worst team is the Mad Scientist. 98 points, not great, but it's fine. You're off the hook. And do you know why you're off the hook? Because, and I think we did this last year too, but the worst team in the nation is the Nam Knights. 0-2 through 2 weeks. 93 points is all they put up. They've only allowed 143, so it's not like they're getting bombed on. 70 points a week. So yeah, frickin' Batman, a.k.a. Nam Knights, a.k.a. Michael Myers. It's almost Halloween time, though. You know what happens in October? Michael Myers gets back in his groove, and that is what's going to happen, we hope. In case you don't know, the owner's name actually is Michael Myers. I'm sure he's never heard a comment about it. My wife barely escapes the bottom 10. Then we'll look at some fallers here on the way up. The Apache Chiefs won't play the sound because he's 1-1. Not great. Will's Wranglers got randomized. Again, we'll talk about that. I don't even remember who got randomized. I took a picture of it. I have to look at my phone. Will's Randomizers falls from number 20 all the way down to number 66. Fly Eagles Fly didn't fly so high this week, although the Eagles did. Falls from 14 to 61. Then DeMar Hamlin's boost shot falls to 35. Password is Taco down to 53. Cheechki falls to 48 from 17. And then Joe Buck Yourself falls from number 2 to number 34. DeWyans and Hurt So Good. Hey, Parker Dalton had a good run. It lasted 1 week. Patriot Thunder, former number 1 team, falls to number 27. I think he had 60 points maybe. I don't know. But then we get to the top 20. Okay, first of all, keep in mind there are 25 undefeated teams, 5 of whom are not in the top 20. Football's Life, Stinky Fingers, I'm on 1. Nibble on My Gibbs, Cough My Off. And Double C's who wins but still falls from number 9 to number 21. Number 20, Show Me Them TDs, with 139 points through 2 weeks. Number 19, Chop It Off, I'll Make You Stunning and Brave, folks. Jake Bates Motel goes up to number 18. Coming from behind, Greg Munger up in there. 17, Stephen Gurgley, Jake Bates. Providence Power, my team 2-0. Thankfully, Nick Chubb actually had a touchdown last night. I don't even know. I'm sure we would have won with just Daniel Carlson, but still. Andy Plum up in the top 20. Number 15, Better Bring Your A-Game, Rob Jazerski up to 14. K-Dog Millionaire, Kyler Eastering off to a good start. But he falls from number 12 to number 13, even though he won. David Dalton!
Yes, Obama is the Antichrist.
Oh my God, David Dalton is, I don't know why that played. This is what I was trying to play.
On this I will stand, I will win, or I will die.
That is David Dalton's mantra. That's what I meant to hit. He will win or he will die. He's not died yet. He's 2-0, I believe, for the first time ever. I'm proud of you, sir. David Dalton is an amazing owner. That's all I got to say. He loves when I do this, so, well. Well, anyway, so that's David Dalton, 2-0. Good job. 2 for the road. Let's hope that's all. That's not all he gets is 2, because that's what his namesake is. 2 for the road, 2-0. True Blue Wrecking Crew, 2-0 as well. Then we get to the top 10. The Moose Knuckles were also randomized and somehow won this week. You and Ryan Knight need to stop double Dutch ruddering and actually get your fucking lineup in, please. Golfing with Laporta, Bob Ames. He can slam dunk, and he can also, I don't know if he still can, probably can't. Can you still dunk, Bob Ames? Let me know. Up from number 0 to number 9. Concussion Protocol, OJ. He is just killing it, if you will. He's 2-0, and he goes from number 6 to number 8, unfortunately. The Pylon Pounders, Manny Flores. Haven't watched the podcast in a little bit. Hopefully it's still on. I'm going to check it out. Too Thick Pod, if you want to check it out. Steel City Sackers up slightly from number 7 to number 6. 2 Girlies, 1 Cup, up from unranked to number 5. And then I don't even know what I'm going to play for this stupid thing. There we go. Number 4, Strong Street Soldiers, the antithesis of his wife, who's number 95. He is number 4, up from number 13. Eric Minturn, who also won Euchre on Friday, by the way, 2 Fridays ago. The Suicide Squad, up from number 5 to number 3. FarmersOnly.com. We got... You don't have to be lonely at FarmersOnly.com. All right, there we go. FarmersOnly.com. His brother paid the sacrifice. He spent 5 hours in my Verizon store yesterday to make sure he could get to this number 2 spot. So that's what it takes, I guess, these days. And then, here we go. I don't know what I'm going to play. We're going to go. The number 1 team in the nation is... Turn your head in golf. That's all I got. Turn your head in golf. Zach Van Sickle, new owner, 2-0, 183 points through 2 weeks. However, I will tell you, as you will see in the fastest minutes, the man has lost his mind. He's 2-0 in non-conference games, but he's going to learn real quick. You don't start lineups like this guy started. There's no possible way. I'm saying it. I'm calling it right now. No possible way this man wins his conference because he's used like all of the good players and used them all in 1 week. So we'll find out the hard way, Zach. We're going to talk about randomizers. I got to look at my phone because I had to take a picture of it. It's ridiculous. I know Weinberg got randomized. I know both the Ryan Knight twins, or whatever the fuck you want to call him and his buddy Keith Dowdy. I doubt he started a lineup, and I would be correct. And then we have, where the hell is this at? Hold on. Keep in mind, if you do two lineups, if you do get randomized twice, you get removed from the playoffs. And if you don't log into the fucking site at all at the first 2 weeks, you lose your team. Put it that way. So we've had two teams get lost already. Let's see who else is on here. Jake Bates Motel. Hey, Stephen Gurgley did not submit a lineup. That's cool. 16. Oh, that's Moose Knuckles. Jorn Chubble gets randomized. Former champion. That's never good. I'll make the list and update it here. We got Nantam Knights at the time had 0.85 points. Didn't score much more than that the whole game, I'm afraid. Let's see who else is on here. Barry McCockner, Larry Weinberg, and Wills Wranglers. Those are the only ones that got randomized. It wasn't too bad, actually. So, yeah. Way to suck, everybody. It's not that hard to submit a damn lineup. And if you want to see how this works, by the way, the fastest 5 or 7 minutes, whatever the fuck it is, we're going to go score fantasy recaps. We're doing the fastest minutes that we look at all of the games that happened last week. Again, new computer. Internet still kind of sucks somehow. But here we go. Buckle up. 50 games in about 7 minutes. There we go! The game of the week, according to my fantasy league, was the Donkey Punchers at Swine Flu. Swine Flu narrowly wins by 2 points, so many points. Led by Christian McCaffrey. Better get him in because that team's going to fall apart. Bleeding Blue Bombers beat BVC by 63-55. Justin Herbert, I didn't know who won that game last night. I went to bed. Balls deep. John Gillette, fresh off a not submitting lineup, beat up on his old pal Ryan Frazier. A lot of basketball pedigree there. Unfortunately, it has nothing to do with football, as Balls Deep destroys Ryan Frazier's team. FarmersOnly.com beats up Kakambas, who scores 89 points. He always scores high. It wasn't high enough this time to beat FarmersOnly.com, who moves to 2-0. Hernandez Hitman loses the Suicide Squad. It's 84-70.62 behind Dak Prescott. He still looks like a woman in these pictures. Ducky on Quack defeats Love Story Jordan's version. Nick Radecki's first win, and it couldn't come against a better opponent, the very prestigious and beautiful Bonnie Monahan. That is a good win to get for your first ever win. Vic in a box. Josh Griner asked me if they had matchups on the site. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. He responded that later. I saw asking about things. He must have found something because he worked it out to 95 points, led by Romeo Odunze. I don't know. I can't even read right now. My glasses are so foggy. But nevertheless, Spencer Rattler and jacked off in the end zone. Actually put up 16.84 points. That was randomizer, but still got doubled up. Jake Bates Motel randomized and won over the Super Cyclones. Super Cyclones, Marcus Towns. Welcome to the league. You're 0-2, friend. You probably won't watch this anyway, but I'll make fun of you today at work. Hot Tua. Ronnie Tripp over Hurt So Good. Parker Dalton, 77.35 to 69.5. Puka Natua. His head is small, but his game is large. Ballin Incorporated falls to Strong Street Soldiers in a heartbreaker, 82 to 78.82. Brandon Aubrey puts up 21 for the Strong Street Soldiers. Way to go. The Namtab Knights continues to plummet all the way down to 0-2. Jamar Chase didn't even have anyone throw into him. A prime time. Ryan Benor wins 74 to 62. Golfing Laporta beats Chichki in a battle of, well, I don't know if they're ranked at the time, but now they are. Maybe I don't fucking know. Nevertheless, Christian McCaffrey gets started again. Patriot Thunder, yeah, they must be ranked now. How the hell's Chichki ranked? He's freaking 1-1, I thought. That can't be right. I must have forgot to remove Chichki's number. I'll do it here in a second. In fact, I'm going to pause this right now. There you go. Chichki no longer ranked. All right, so we go down the Patriot Thunder, #1 team in the nation, loses to team other like the defense. who puts in a lineup for the first time all year and gets 20 points from Drake May. Way to go, Alan Harvey, but still led by Romeo Dunze. Then we got Nut All Over Your Face with 110 points over Nasty Nutria. Nut All Over Your Face, All Over Your Face goes to 1-1. Nasty Nutria falls to 0-2. Sarah, what's going on there? Moose Knuckles randomized and wins, sending Don Knapp to 0-2, led behind Drake Mays. Looks like Joffrey Baratheon in this picture, but still. Tallywhacker struggles continue. 0-2. Amon 1. Now Josh Harris, 78-49. Amon Ra, funny enough, 1. Providence Power over Pork and Beans actually ended up being a beatdown. It's very close up until the final day. Of course, there's a doubleheader, which is dumb. I'm Monday Night Football. But Javonte Williams came through for me, even though he's wearing the wrong jersey. And beating Pork and Beans. Sorry, Don Mulkey. Welcome back to the league. I enjoyed beating you in week 2. And then True Blue Record grew over the Apache Chiefs, who put up probably an all-time low 47 points. Very un-Kale-like. However, his birthday was on September 11th, and he was probably distracted with all the stuff happening around that time, plus his birthday. Happy birthday, Kale. We love you. We'll see you soon. 19. He didn't get a birthday gift for the Packers win, though. 19 now. Chop it off. It'll make you stunning and brave. Twilight Zone reality folks over the Lions, 77-70. Good game there. Brady's Balls falls to 1-1 as 2 Girlies, 1 Cup. Austin O'Neal goes to 2-0 and moves up to number 5 rankings we already talked about. Led behind Javonte Williams and Devin Achane. Achane. I gotta sneeze. Louis Diana football team, not great. 0-2 for probably the first time ever, maybe. 1 year he was really bad. All the other years have been good. The Double G spot puts up 77 points. It goes to 1-1 for Gary Grant. All too well loses to a 50. Double C's put up 59 points. This is why he won and fell 12 spot. 59 points ain't gonna get the job done. Pretty cool. Would have got the job done for the W as Chuba Hubbard puts up 12 points for Cody Cole. Aiken for a Ship loses the low-hanging fruit, moves to 1-1. Aiken for a Ship falls to 0-2. Rob Aiken for a win these days. Not necessarily a ship. Ghetto Heisman, Rob Gork, he sends me videos and he beats people's wives in fantasy football. Aaron Minturn falls by 10 points. Aaron Minturn 0-2 as we know, bottom 10. $75 million man loses. Craig Monahan loses to his childhood buddy, or at least school buddy. Rob Jazerski, 77-74, tough loss for Craig Monahan. Team Bill Collins, he hasn't changed his name yet. This is formerly the Hitman. He inherits a 1-0 team, comes in, talks to me on the phone. I try to explain things. He got rude to me. He said, I don't know all that. He asked a question, bro. So answer, listen. It's important. Points are important. Doesn't matter because you didn't put up many, Bill Collins. 55 points is all I can muster against the Monstars asterisk. Chaz Jolly gets his first win as a muscle owner. Squadrolls beats New Orleans Rock Sharks. Aaron King, not exactly the turn he wanted back into this league. Starts off 0-2. Squadrolls started Lamar Jackson. I call that street drugs when it's a non-conference game. Speaking of street drugs, we'll talk about those later. Steel City Stackers over Unsportsmanlike Begging, 76-60. Brandon Arbery, people start him, did the right thing. Dustin Hanson moves to 2-0 and number 6 overall. Freddy versus Jason, everybody's favorite weird JavaScript reference, wins 89-53 over Scott Mugovitz, led by Rome. You're in Trouble gets randomized and loses to Hit and Rugs. Mason Bradley gets his first victory of the year. Kyle Stoker goes to 0-2 and finds himself at the bottom 10. Digger Phelps over Password is Taco. Dom Valenti. That one's got to get updated too. Damn it, I suck at changing these numbers. And just like that, it's updated. Digger Phelps sends Password is Taco to 1-1 out of the top 20. He was number 10 before. DeMar Hamler's boot shot over under K-Dog Millionaire, by the way. Tyler Easterling wins, and I think he fell one number, maybe not, but still 13. He's 2-0 as a new owner. Very Mike Kaminsky from last year, by the way. I don't know what just happened there. Switched songs on accident. Whatever, we're going. We're going with it. Golf and Balls gets doubled up by DeCrush. Chris Kissel gets his first win. Golf and Balls falls to 1-1. Football is Life beats up on Cloacal Kiss. Football is Life, and so is mandatory time to sit at the Verizon store for Tom Farmer. Showed up at 12:10, left at close to 4:30. He had 588,000 text messages, ladies and gentlemen. Not kidding. Probably the most text message I've ever seen. He decided to move 12 conversations, which is only a paltry 173,000 text messages in the 12 conversations. Hopefully, you got your text, Tom. But nevertheless, you got the win over former champion Cloacal Kiss, who falls to 1-1, Maddie Bradley. Still can't believe you're as old as you are. Nevertheless, give me 2 for the road. Defeats Will's Wranglers, who's not number 20 still. I don't know what the hell's going on here. I didn't do anything apparently this morning. So we're going to fix this too. But yeah, give me 2 for the road. Beat Will's Wranglers, who's randomized and, of course, does not win because it's hard to win when you're randomized. Let's keep counting. There we go. Now Will's Wranglers falls to 1-1. 45 points of the randomized. Whispering Eyes beats Suck It. Bracy Trudell cannot come up with a win. He's now 1-1. He has 50 teams, fantasy football. Hopefully some of them are undefeated because yours isn't here. Christian McCaffrey. Dak Prescott knuckles in for the win over Malcolm Rodriguez in the middle of my thighs. He falls to 0-2 in the Final Four last year. Ricky Gennari gets his first muscle victory. Congratulations. Joe Buck yourself gets crushed by Show Me Them TDs. Chad Lige goes to 2-0, obviously, over Joe Buck yourself. And again, Joffrey Baratheon in the screen. Play with Mike Ditka gets in the win column for the first time this year. 1-1 over Sticks It In Ya, led by Jared Goff. Jared Goff, that is really loud. 26.98 points, damn it. I was thinking about starting him too. I won anyway. Pylon Pounders, Manny Flores doubles up the Clockwork Elves with just a paltry performance. Yeah, Cortland Sutton sucks. He started Trevor Lawrence and still crushed him. Nevertheless, Tush Pushers over Gary's Gigolos, who falls to 1-1. Tush Pushers moves to 1-1. Alex Erickson, his friend, abandoned his team already, but Alex Erickson's an alright guy. Stinky Fingers, Golden Kroger. He is now undefeated, but not ranked. Beat the Mad Scientist, which is, of course, Justin Redding. Do You Even Swift Bro started Joey Sly. Doesn't have a photo, but they helped him get the win. Joey Sly, the kicker from Tennessee, 18.5 points. Whereas Gary Johnson got randomized. Well, no, he didn't get randomized. Actually, someone put in a lineup for him, and it was still shit. So, wow, yeah, that sucks. Tripping on Faux Foes. Jordan trips up to the Black Hole. Both go to 1-1. 91 points, led by Lamar Jackson. 21 points. Super Original has no chance against Turn Your Head and Goff. We're going to pause the music for this because this is worth a special breakdown here, okay? So, you can't fully see how many points these guys scored for whatever reason, but look at this lineup for Turn Your Head and Goff, okay? This is madness. This is madness. Okay. We have... Okay, this is their lineup for real. We have Lamar Jackson at quarterback, Derrick Henry at running back, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Deebo Samuel, Sam Laporta, Brandon Aubrey, and the Buffalo Bills. In Week 2, non-conference game. Nobody's beaten that. Thankfully, at least for him, he got a win out of it. 99 points, pretty good.
Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber.
Well, yeah, that's probably true. Because
I love you, but sooner or later you're going to have to face the fact you're a goddamn moron.
It's true. Both of these statements are true. Because love you, Zach, but sooner or later you have to realize that you shouldn't start Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Deebo Samuel, Sam Laporta, Brandon Aubrey, and Buffalo Bills in Week 2 non-conference game. Are you kidding me?
You make me sick!
Yeah, it's been crazy. And, yeah, well, I'm putting, like I said, I'm putting it down right now. There's no possible way this guy wins the conference. So, he might make the playoffs, but he won't win the conference. Calling it right now. Anyway, back to the so-called minutes. Might be hours. Tom Farmer knows what I'm talking about. Sewer Bombs loses the concussion protocol, moves to 2-0. Sewer Bombs falls to 0-2. Craig Kissel needs a little winning whistle. Coming from behind, moves up in the top 20, beating Fly Eagles Fly, who kept them grounded. Baker Mayfield, Jahmyr Gibbs, Christian McCaffrey, and Nico Collins all contributed to Greg Munger's huge win, going to 2-0. Hanging with Mr. Hernandez put up 93 without starting every good player in the book. Chris Melclory, over 99% luck, 1% heart. Rocky Keeling. Are we at the end of the playlist? We are. That's not a good sign. I can't find my scroll bar. Here we are, yeah. Cot Jockeys loses 1-1 to the Sag Nasty Notch Above Top Notch, moves to 1-1. The Nuts loses. Jamie Phelps loses to John Zemer, who's 2-0 but unranked. And that's the last one. Okay, we almost made a perfect time. So that's it. That's your look at Week 2's action. Joffrey staring me down here. So some good games, some insane shit. Zach, I don't know what Zach's deal is.
You what?
Yeah, he started everybody known to man in Week 2 in a in a non-conference game, but it's cool. You know, it's fine. Week 3 matchups. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to highlight some key ones here. Always the top 20 as well. Nick Radecki, Ducky on Quack, taking on number 2, FarmersOnly.com, who...
don't have to be lonely at FarmersOnly.com.
Yes, FarmersOnly.com. Love it when they're relevant because we get to play that constantly in the podcast. They were moderately relevant last year because somebody beat them in the playoffs. But nevertheless, Nick Radecki taking on number 2. Jake Bates Motel, Stephen Gergley 2-0, fresh after being randomized and winning, taking on Josh Greiner, fresh after his 95-point win. Then we have, here we go. Anyone that's a matchup of top 20. Well, I got to scroll down and see if this is it. Let's see. I'm going to say this is probably it. Maybe not. Ugh, it's tough not to call this it. Yeah, we're not calling it. We're not calling it the game of the week. But a huge game. Huge game. Here, True Blue Wrecking Crew, number 11, taking on Goffin Laporta. Robert Ames versus Roger Brewer in conference play. Week 1 conference play. Critical game there because not only will you have the win, you also have the tiebreaker. Number 11 versus number 9. 9-11? What? Conspiracy? They're playing in Week 3 on September 16th, 9-16. 9 plays 11 at 8:02. You add 8 plus 2 and add 1 to that for no reason at all, and you have 11. 9-11 playing on 9-16, discussing on 9-16 at 8:02 a.m. It means nothing, but a lot of that stuff does mean stuff. But this particular shit does not. But 9-11 was an inside job. Probably going to get demonetized. I don't get monetized. Probably get delisted for even mentioning that. But still, I don't make money on this. Are you kidding me? So, nevertheless, Providence Power taking on Tallywhackers. I hate to say it, Josh Crampton, but I'm probably going to beat you a little bit down into 0-3, I hope. DeWians taking on Patriot Thunder, former number 1, now irrelevant. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed your moment with son, James Jermaine. Steel City Sackers taking on the lowly Lewis Diana football team, but they will not be defeated 3 times in a row. I'm pretty certain of it. So Steel City Sackers, watch your back. Then we got the lovable David Dalton taking on Golf and Balls, defending champion, 1-1, Chris Russell, going against 2-0. Give me 2 for the road. Joe Buck yourself, Jordan Craig, 1-1, taking on number 15, Digger Phelps. That's going to be a good game. We scroll down to some meaningless shit, and then we have it. The muscle game of the week. Number 3, Suicide Squad, J-Mac, Justin McClinchy, taking on 17, Greg Mungers, coming from behind. It's going to be huge. Whenever top 5 team plays another ranked team, it's probably going to be the game of the week. J-Mac, number 3 in the league. Haven't looked at his lineups yet. Didn't analyze them like I did Zach's because, well, he's number 3, not number 1. But still, meaningless game in terms of record currently, but this is a big one. Bonnie Monahan's Love Story taking on Ben Miller's Sag Nasty Notch Above Top Notch. That's a fun one. Here we go. Nasty Nutria 0-2 taking on Super Cyclones 0-2. Someone's going to get a win there, I hope. Strong Street Soldiers taking on My Balzac Ertz 0-2 versus 2-0. 2 Girlies, 1 Cup taking on the Apache Chiefs. They need a win. Well, they're 1-1, but nevertheless, I have to play it with these ones. That's a huge game because the Apache Chiefs, if they lose that, they're starting off in a hole, and they have a guy who's going to be 3-0 down the road. This is week 3, and we're talking this is a huge game already. I mean, huge game. We have another battle of 2 top-ranked teams. Bread to Bring Your A game taking on Chop It Off to Make You Stunning and Brave in the battle of the ultimate Biden supporters.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
Yeah. All right, way to go. Pat Provost, I love you so much. K-Dog Millionaire 2-0 going against Password is Taco 1-1. Former champion Dom Valenti taking on Kyler Easterling, who's going for 3-0 as a new owner. That'd be impressive. And then we got number 7, the Pylon Pounders. Manny Flores taking on number 20, Show Me Them TDs. And then finally, we have the number 1 team in the nation, Turn Your Head and Golf, fresh off of using everybody in the league, taking on Derek Gregory's Sticks It In Ya, looking for his first win, 120 points. Zach almost scored as many points in 1 week as Derek Gregory has in 2 weeks. But guess what? That's why you play the game. This says Super Squares because this is last year's graphic. I'm not going to lie to you. We didn't do Super Squares this year because, frankly, I'm just too damn busy to do a lot of things. But I'm not too busy to do this podcast. It's 8:06, so I got to get ready to go to work. iPhone launch coming out. Running karaoke on Thursday, DJing on Friday, DJing on Saturday. Sunday, I'm working all day. If you need anything at all, iPhone 17, get a hold of me. Be good to yourself. Be good to yourself. Be good to each other. As Jerry Springer once said, this is a great country. This is a great world. We're blessed to live it. Get out there, enjoy the sunshine, and have a wonderful day. Do not forget to get your lineups in. And those are my parting words for Tuesday, September 16th, 2025. We'll talk to you next.